Won't it be Ryan the Great? And today we are reacting and previewing the rest of the NBA Finals. We're going to be looking at Game 1 and Game 2. We're going to be looking at Game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however long I think it's going to go to. We're also going to be talking about Tyler Hero and his status coming back and what I think he will do if he does come back in the playoffs. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you subscribe with the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my Brother Landry Great blogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter at Ryan the Great RTG. And make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And my friend, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the video. So, starting off, we're going to look at Game 1 of this series. Now, talk about Miami first here. They overall a awful game from everybody. Something that I say about Miami, if they are gonna win, it's got to be Butler and it's got to be at least one role player stepping up. I mean, Vincent stepped up. He shot 50% from both this field goal and 3-point percentage. He had 19 points overall. Butler, my only problem with him is that he's not taking enough shots. He's only taking 14 shots. He only took 14 shots in Game 1, and a problem that I've seen in the past 2 games from him is the fact that I don't like him without the ball. It doesn't seem like he's using enough ball movement. He's kind of just sitting in the corner. I understand in Game 2 there was a point where he did make a 3 to help Miami extend their lead, but he was just standing in the corner the whole play, and it was a catch-and-shoot shot. I'd say he got lucky, in my opinion. So yeah, him without the ball, I mean, I don't want to compare him to Russell Westbrook without the ball, but he is not looking good when he does not have the ball in his hands. Adebayo, if you have 26 points, I'm not going to really like it if you're shooting 25 shots. Honestly, I believe Denver can live with that. They're doing a good job defending the paint, in my opinion. They're getting a lot more paint points. I mean, obviously, thanks to Nikola Jokic. But yeah, once again, the role players just did not step up for Miami. Well, obviously, the key role players, Duncan Robinson only shot 1 for 5 from 3. Strus 0 for 9 from 3, 0 for 10 overall. I do believe that was a big problem. Miami lost by 9 points. If Max Strus makes 4 of those threes, they won the game. So he definitely has to make his shots. Caleb Martin only 1 for 7 from the field. I understand he does have an illness. But we'll have to see how he continues overall. He only did play 25 minutes. They did not have Kevin Love in this game. I do believe that was a problem. Someone who I think has made a big difference in this series, Kevin Love, I think that he has helped with their matchups. He has helped Miami get the right matchups on the guys, defend the perimeter a lot better. His outlet passes are amazing. I know if you guys heard Mark Jackson and Stan Van Gundy talking about on commentary that he might be the best outlet passer in NBA history. I would agree with that. He gets the ball up court really quickly, and I think he's going to continue to do a good job of doing all the things that he has been doing. Won't show it on the stat sheet, but he's done a good job. We look at Denver for Game 1. Everybody did an amazing job. Not everybody shot the ball well. They only did shoot 29% from 3, but the good thing about that was Miami only shot 33% from 3. So they did get lucky in that category. But I mean, shooting 50% from the field always going to work out. Aaron Gordon, he was 70% from the field, 12 first quarter points. He was very aggressive in this game. He was able to get mismatches, back them down. In Game 2, I didn't think he did a lot of that, but I'll get into that a little bit later. He did a great job there. Michael Porter Jr., I'm very concerned about his shooting efficiency. He shot 5 for 16 in this game, 2 for 11 from 3. I do believe that he has to go. If he wants to play iso ball, I wouldn't mind that at all. He's big, he's powerful, he can get to the rim very easily. Him just shooting catch-and-shoot shots, I'm not the biggest fan of that. That's more for guys like Jeff Green and Christian Braun and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He should be a guy that should be a key part of the offense, not just setting screens and shooting catch-and-shoot shots. I think he needs to be a little more vocal. Jokic, no concern about him. Triple-double for him, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. He's absolutely incredible. They cannot guard him in the paint. Also shot 1 for 2 from 3, 8 for 12 overall from the field. His shooting efficiency has been absolutely incredible. He just does everything right on the court. There's really no complaints I have about Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray, he got going pretty much the whole game. I mean, I love the fact that he shot 50% from the field on 22 shots, 26 points for him. Once again, his three-point percentage is another problem. He only shot 2 for 7 from the field, but I could definitely live with that if he did make 11 shots from the field overall. So I could definitely live with Jamal Murray doing that. But, Denver relies on Jokic and Murray to be great, to make passes. They rely on Jokic and Murray, so they have to continue to play like this, how they did in Game 1. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, only 7 points, 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. I do believe that he will pick it up. I have some faith in him. Off the bench, I really love what Bruce Brown has been doing in this series so far. A major props to him. 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, with 10 points. Also, a guy that I'm really looking at here, and you guys might not notice him, Christian Braun. I'm really liking what he's doing. Game 1 had amazing defense, pickpocket defense, always hustling to the ball. That's something that you want from a guy off the bench to help, elevate the team, elevate their energy, stuff like that. I do like what I've seen from Christian Braun off the bench in this series, and I'm hoping he can continue to do that. But that's a look at Game 1. And now we move on to Game 2. Before I get into anything, I'm just going to look at team stats right here. And I feel like here's a problem with Miami. If you look at points off of turnovers and you look at fast break points, actually no, if you just look at fast break points, Denver has been leading by a wide margin in that. I have a problem with that just based on the fact that Denver, as soon as they get the ball, they're off. Like, they are down the court. My problem is, I'm not going to question Miami's hustle, because, with Pat Riley, he is just going to make sure his team hustles every single time. My problem is with defense. My problem is with trying to be physical on the ball. I saw one fast break with Jokic. He got, I think it was a rebound or a turnover, but either way, he got the ball. I could probably beat Jokic in a race. I mean, that is how slow this man runs. If you watch him on TV, I mean, goodness gracious, he just can't run. I'm sorry. But if you watch like a few of these plays, I think it was 2 or 3 times it happened. He ran all the way down the court, and all you see is Miami playing drop coverage on him. There was only one guy in front of whoever the defender was. I don't remember who it was. And then you have Cody Zeller, I remember, just standing on the side of Jokic, just kind of looking at him dribble up the court. My problem with Miami is their aggression in transition. They have no aggression. I think they're just scared they're going to foul. But honestly, if you try and get rid of Denver's momentum by fouling, it's not going to kill you. In the long run, it'll work. So my concern with Miami is aggression off in the fast break. Now we'll go into like individual players and team and all that. But moving on. This game, Miami a lot better. Jimmy Butler only got going in the fourth quarter. Once again, wasn't really a vocal part of the offense. Has not been moving without the ball. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing from Jimmy Butler in this series. But overall, 21.7 for 19 from the field. Picked up in the fourth quarter. I can live with that at the end of the day. I just think he is going to have to be better. Bam Adebayo, I think he was a little more of a well-balanced game. 21 points, 8 for 14 from the field. I thought he did a good job. Not really defending Jokic, because Jokic had 41 points, but I think he did a good job making sure he didn't get the ball where he wanted it to. Because when Jokic did get the ball, Adebayo couldn't defend him. But I do think Adebayo did a good job making sure Jokic couldn't get the ball in his particular safe spots or like spots he wants to, stuff like that. So I think he did a good job there. Vincent, liking what I'm seeing from him in this series. 23 points, 8 for 12 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3. I mean, he's pulling up in the first quarter. I think he's helped set the tone for Miami. He was pulling up from 2. He started out 2 for 2. Max Strus, a lot better of a game. 14 points, 4 for 10 from the field, and he only shot 3s in this game. But honestly, if you're shooting 40% from the field after shooting 0 for 9 from 3 in the last game, I definitely will take that. Once again, Miami only won by 3. If he would have missed one of those 3-pointers, it would have went into overtime. So we do have to give Max Strus more credit than I think what we are giving him. He really is a key part in this series because they do need him to make the 3s. Without him, I mean, their 3-point shooting just kind of plummets, as we did see in Game 1. Off the bench, not really much there. Kyle Lowry did have 9 points. He helped set the tone for Miami in the late third quarter. He was making some momentum switching shots. I did like what Kyle Lowry did there. Duncan Robinson, beautiful game coming off the bench in the fourth quarter, just throwing up Curry shots. I mean, absolutely beautiful from him. He didn't really do nothing special, just kind of threw up shots, and they went in. But if he can come in under pressure and make shots like that, if I was Miami, I certainly would not be complaining. I would continue to give him the ball in clutch moments. So overall for Miami, a lot better of a shooting percentage game, 48% overall, and 48% from three. They almost shot better from three than in the field. Overall, they shot 48.7 field goal percentage and 48.6 3-point percentage. So solid game for them. There defensively, I do have a problem with them defending Nikola Jokic in the paint. They just cannot guard him. Whether it's one-on-one, he's just going to take it right to the rim and shoot his little turnaround one-handed shot, or he'll just kick it out to a open three-point shooter if they decide to double team him. So they got to find a way to defend Jokic. How? I don't think the 3-2 is going to work, to be honest. So there is a problem defending Jokic. If I really don't suggest hacking him, but I honestly couldn't give an opinion on how they could defend him. But anyway, moving on to Denver. Once again, my concerns, they lie on Michael Porter Jr., 2 for 8 from the field, 1 for 6 overall. I'm not liking what he's doing in this series. Aaron Gordon, I thought he could have been a little more aggressive like in Game 1. Had 12 first quarter points in Game 1. Only had 12 points overall here. I didn't think he took enough shots. He was 2 for 2 from 3. Miami has been daring him to shoot, and he sank both of his three-pointers. Good in that category. But my only concern with him is being more aggressive. He didn't get the ball too much. Wasn't too happy with that. Jokic, once again, no complaints about him. 41 points, 16 for 28 from the field. Nothing to say about him. Murray really only got going in the fourth quarter. Once again, as I said, Denver relies on him and Jokic to be great if they want to win basketball games, and he's got to be turned on the whole game if Denver wants to win. So only going in the fourth quarter is really not going to cut it, not letting Murray off the leash. Caldwell Pope, I have some faith in him. For whatever reason, he only shot 1 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 overall, only 6 points for him. It was not a great game, but he's a good spot-up shooter. I believe he'll pick it up. Off the bench, Jeff Green coming in the game, 9 points, only after shooting 1 shot. Bruce Brown, double digits again in points, 11 points for him. Christian Braun, a beautiful game for him, 3 for 3 from the field, came in, started making shots for Denver, helping them with their momentum, and played some amazing pickpocket defense, was diving for the ball, trying to get every loose ball, every little lollipop pass, he was going up and grabbing, getting it down. I love what Christian Braun has been doing in this series. But overall, in this game, I will say that Miami needs to do a little bit better job of defending Jokic. And for Denver, I mean, they gotta make more shots in clutch time, because Michael Porter Jr., he got a few shots in clutch time. He was not able to make them. Murray, I mean, I do think that Denver should have called a timeout. After Murray got poked by Butler in the final moments of the game, I do believe that Michael Malone should have called a timeout. Didn't ultimately ended up doing that. Let Murray take it for the step-back 3, but Butler was glued on to him, so I do believe he should have called timeout there. Not the best decision in my mind, but it is what it is. But here's what I do want to say, and this is where we kind of move on to Game 3. This game kind of helps Denver, and let me explain why. Everybody's just looking at the final score saying, oh, Miami's going to win now, it's over, they found their groove, they're going back to Miami. Look at this. Denver only shot 39% from 3. They didn't play their best game. I mean, Porter Jr., 5 points, Caldwell Pope, 6 points, Murray shot 3 for 8 from 3, Gordon only shot 7 shots. They didn't play their best game as a team, and they still only lost by 3 points. I just want to point that out. They only lost by 3 points, and they didn't play their best game at all. I think that definitely helps Denver. Does it, is anybody really going to look at that? Probably not, but it is something to look at and take into consideration about how Denver could win this series. I'm still taking Denver in 6 games. I do believe that Nikola Jokic, he will step up. I think that, only 4 assists, not getting going one-on-one most of the game didn't help them out, but they didn't double team as much, so I can't really blame him. I do believe Jamal Murray will pick it up. I do believe that guys off the bench, Brown, Green, and Braun, I do believe they'll keep doing what they're doing. Jamal Murray has been one of the best players in these playoffs, averaging 27 points per game. I definitely think that he will pick it up. For Miami, I think Butler needs to shoot more shots, but he's not doing that in games 1 and 2. They won off of him not playing his best game. I think they'll continue to do what they're doing. Do I think that will help them win? No, because I think Denver will get better from the 3-point percentage. Will get better in their 3-point percentage, and I do think they will get better as a team overall in this series. Now let me talk about Tyler Hero real quick. Everybody's saying Tyler Hero's going to come back. Starting lineup, drop 20 points per game. That's not happening. Okay? You can't come back in the highest stage of the NBA, which is the NBA Finals, and expect to explode and drop 20 points, 8 assists. It just doesn't work that way. Like, you can't expect that to happen from Tyler Hero. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I really don't know why people are expecting that to happen. You can't come back in the highest stage of the NBA and expect to, be your former self. Plus, Miami already has a groove going with the guys that they have right now. Do I think Tyler Hero will not be in the rotation at all if he comes back? No, not at all. He'll definitely be included in the rotation. Do I think he'll get 40 minutes? Probably not. Do I think he could make a difference? Yeah. Do I think he could make a difference for Miami winning the finals? No, not at all. That's how I see it there. Once again, I still have Denver winning in 6 games, going back to Miami. There's no elevation in Miami, so let's just, no sea level elevation, which I think is so stupid. That's such a stupid excuse. No sea level elevation in Miami. Only 1 foot above sea level, or under sea level. We're good, all right? Goodness gracious. But that'll do it for this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe, get the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother, Liam the Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter at Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.